Hey guys, I'm Sarah Bendrick, licensed landscape contractor. Spring is a great time to start freshening up your yard. There's a lot of things you can do, but I definitely recommend starting with washing away old debris. You can prep your planter beds, get them nice and fresh, and then of course I'd recommend topping off your planters with a fresh layer of mulch for a clean look. I want to start with power washing. So pressure washing is actually a lot of fun. I'm going to use this electric one from Stihl. It's the RE110. It has two nozzles. One is a rotary nozzle that works like this, and the other is a jet nozzle that's adjustable. That's what I'm going to use to knock off all the debris on the shed. When taking in the backyard, it was a little plain, and I really think a garden will help pop that area and make it feel like a yard. But also it gives me the opportunity to add some privacy, a pathway in between. I'm going to freshen up the soil by using the Yard Boss from Stihl, and then I'll top it all off with a fresh layer of mulch, and it's really going to feel like a yard instead of just an open space. Now this Yard Boss can move through the soil just fine. It's a tad bit dry, so if you want to make your life a little bit easier, you might consider doing this right after a rain. This is the perfect time to amend your soil with an organic soil conditioner. This is going to give your plants in the soil the extra boost that they'll need. Distribute the soil conditioner with a spreader over the tilled up landscape and then water it in. So now that the soil is conditioned, which I think is probably the most important thing, I'm ready to put some plants in, and there's a few things I want to do in this space. Before it was just a lawn area that was kind of half alive. Now it's going to be a garden space. I'm going to add privacy with two arborvitaes here, do a path in the center. I want to add some foundation planting to add some scale to the yard as it goes up, and then some perennials throughout this space. It's really going to come together nice, making this feel like a backyard patio and a beautiful garden that leads you to the rest of the property. All right. So now I have all my plants laid out, and while I was laying them out, I wanted to make sure I considered the sun and the shade. This space in particular has both, which makes it a little more complicated. So I ended up going with part sun and part shade plants for the most part. Everything closer to the house, I expect to have more shade. Everything out here gets a little more sun, but all these plants can handle part sun and part shade. So we're good to go. Now I'm ready to plant. Of course I could use a shovel, but I have this auger, and this is going to make really quick work. I should be able to knock this out in a fraction of the time it would take me with a shovel. I only have a few of these hedges, so these garden shears from Stihl are great. They're battery powered, it's really easy to use, and I want to make sure that I trim them just a little bit because that's going to encourage them to grow nice and full. This yard is really coming together. I used some basic square pavers, but reoriented them to create this diamond pattern, and it adds a lot of character to this garden. Put down a fresh layer of mulch, and that's going to help regulate the moisture in the soil and protect the plants. And finally, I found these rocks around the property. They're basically free, and they make a great little edging because they're natural, and it's going to separate my garden from the rest of the yard. videos encourage you to breathe new life into your landscape this spring. It feels so good to freshen things up. Stay tuned for another landscape video.